Welcome, sisters, to another beautiful gathering. Today, we are doing the introduction to the Red Tent Goddess Academy. Now, this is a 3+ month session that we've been going through and a program that we've been creating. And it is honestly absolutely amazing what we've been able to create with the help of Marlou and Lisette. Thank you, sisters. And wait until you hear more about what they do. But you girls know that we have this amazing membership. And what we get asked often is how you can create something like this for yourself, how you can become a bigger spiritual leader in your life, how to integrate your intuition into your day-to-day life, how you can become a priestess yourself, how to connect more to the goddess, how to be more divine feminine, right? And connect to that side of yourself, how to connect with your menstrual cycle and menopause and all these questions. Well, the Red Tent Goddess Academy is where all of this is going to be starting to take place. Okay, that is the plan. Now we are still in the beginning, but as you remember, when we first started this membership, many of you, it was absolutely amazing. We had the Goddess Library set up. We had a lot of things set up for you, and we've done the exact same thing for the Red Tent Goddess Academy. We have a lot of amazing things planned for the beginning and hundreds of thousands more ideas coming your way. By the end of the year, you're going to be like, it's a whole new program. Okay, so I hope that you girls can help me with jazz hands to introduce Marlou Martin, my mommy. For those that don't know, she's my mom. And it's so amazing to be on this spiritual journey with my mother and to see her and I have literally gone on this spiritual journey together. We started awakening at the same time. We did our life coaching certification together. And it has been amazing to have that mother-daughter. I'm gonna cry. It's gonna be amazing to have that mother-daughter experience with her. And a lot of women don't get that. And feel free to invite your mothers because we have a lot of second generations now. We've got like 5 or 6 second generations. And hopefully in the future, we'll have a 3rd generation coming in. So thank you, Mom. I love you and welcome. And then Lisette, Mom, if you can do the introduction for Lisette so we can do a little thing and then you can go back to you. And Claudia's here, my little partner in crime.
Claudia. Yeah, I'd like to introduce Lisette too. Lisette has been my go-to person for the last year. Lisette, I would say maybe close to a year. She and I, whenever I've needed a substitute teacher for my coaching courses, I call on Lisette. And whenever I need any meditation or I need Reiki or somebody is going through something and we're calling into our angels so that they can go fly and help somebody and console them, I call Lisette. So Lisette and I have really, really bonded through the Red Tent. This is where I met her. So I just want to thank you for introducing us, Jocelyn and Claudia. It's been great. We're BFFs. And with that, may I share my screen so that we can begin? Yes? Okay. Okay. So the Red Tent Goddess Academy already has 2 programs that we are going to begin to teach you on today. And we're going to give you a workshop, an activity, so that you know what we're about, so that you can know what to expect in the class. Let's give it a minute so that it loads so you can see it. Almost there. First thing is that we're so excited because we do stand for world vision. And it's our world vision that brought us to this program. We stand for truth. We stand for peace, for wisdom, for abundance, and so much more. But here at the Academy, I want you to see the 2 goddesses that began the Academy, Jocelyn Martin and Claudia Paciti. Jocelyn is the goddess of compassion and a catalyst, and Claudia is the goddess of ecstasy and compassion. And the teachers, myself, goddess of peace and forgiveness, and Lisette, goddess of wisdom and magic. So what are you going to expect? The certification programs we have, I'm going to read the Enchanters Program. Lisette, will you read the Priestess Program when I'm done, please?
Of course.
Thank you. So the program of the Enchantress is you're going to integrate intuition in your everyday life. You will increase inner peace. You will have tools for increasing self-love. You're going to live a spiritual life, harmonize feminine and masculine energies, how to use divination tools, use inner child work for healing self and others. Reiki, you're going to end up having a Reiki level 1 certification. If you already have that, then you can skip that part, or we'll work on other things. And you will get an Enchanters Program certification when you're done. Lisa?
Okay. And in the Priestess Program,
And something happened to her. In the Priestess Program.
I'm so sorry. Okay. So, technical difficulties, lady. In the Priestess Program, you will be a spiritual leader to your community. You will learn about goddesses from 11 pantheons that can shape your spiritual evolution. You will learn rituals for specific deities. You will strengthen your connection to your inner goddess. You will learn to conduct rituals to celebrate rites of passage. And you will connect to the goddess who is calling to you to represent her. And you will also be a certified priestess. We will provide a certification for you as well. And this and many more. These are just a little bit of the things we'll provide.
Thank you.
You're
I'm going to first tell you about the Enchanters Program, and then Lisette will come and explain to you a little bit more about the Priestess Program. The mission of the Enchanters Program is to empower and educate women into developing a spiritual practice of their own creation, thereby increasing self-love. Choose love over fear every moment of the day and connect to innate abilities. Thereby, you see the third eye open and also divination tools. So who is it for? The Enchanters Program is for people who feel that they are leaders in their community, they're soul leaders. They've awakened or they're in the process of being awakened. Wiccans, healers in the community, any light worker, person that feels that they're doing work to help other people in the planet. Spiritual coaches, those who want to learn to strengthen their intuition, those who want to practice divination, and anyone who wishes to evolve spiritually. Who will you be after the Enchanters Program? I would like for someone to read. Who would like to volunteer? Lorja, will you volunteer? Yeah? Unmute yourself.
All right. The ability to share their knowledge and create masterclasses in Red Tent Goddess Sisterhood, Reiki 1 practitioners, become an oracle and learn how to use class divination tools and how to charge for it. Learn how to communicate with your spiritual guides, animal guides, and angels. Your intuition will soar and become part of your day-to-day life. Create habitual spiritual practices and routines to connect you to the divine. Increase your self-love, self-confidence like never before. Learn about your past lives and how to cut karmic ties. Break past lives vows, agreements, contracts, and curses that no longer serve you. Improve your communication within relationships surrounding you and within your own head. Begin to work with the law of attraction to manifest abundance in your life.
Mom, you're muted.
Thank you. Thank you, Lorja. So this is what we're going to be doing in the first 6 months, and then I'll show you a slide with the last 6 months. On the first month, we have 2 classes going on. So we're going to have the first Wednesday and the third Wednesday of every month. And in the first one, we're going to talk about female and masculine archetypes of source, the love and the light of source. What is source? What is spirit? What is soul? And in the second one, we're going to talk about intuition, what it is, how to strengthen it, and how to live a spiritual lifestyle. And while we're doing the spiritual lifestyle, we're going to be also having weekly journal prompts on abundance. And that is completely optional for the people who are in the Enchanters Program. In the second month, we're going to talk about physical well-being. We're going to talk about nutrition, all kinds of nutrition. And we're going to talk about herbal remedies and physical movement. On the third month, We're going to talk about rest, sleep, breath work, dream interpretation, lucid dreaming. It's not on here, but we're going to talk about lucid dreaming. We're going to talk about meditation and how to bring peace within. On the 4th, we're going to talk about the law of attraction and self-love. This is the month that most people, when I showed them the lesson outline, were attracted to. And therefore, today I'm going to give you a portion of the Becoming Authentic and Self-Forgiveness work class, and a little bit about creating personal affirmations. On month 5, we talk about the law of karma. We talk about past lives, soul contracts, how you can become happy through gratitude. We talk about anything that has to do with past lives. On month 6, we talk about communication with angels and spirit guides, how to communicate, how you can work with them, how you can bring them into your everyday life. And then also we talk about what an aura is and how to protect your aura, clean it and protect it. On month 7, we talk about healing. We talk about acupressure, healing crystals, how to do a crystal grid, how to work a pendulum. On month 8, for those of you who are not already Reiki certified, we give you the Reiki certification, Reiki 1 Part 1, then Reiki 1 Part 2. We attune you to become Reiki Level 1 practitioners. On month 9, we're going to talk about cards, oracle cards and tarot. And we're going to teach you how to use them so that you can do divination and be able to get paid for that. On month 10, we're going to talk about palm reading, what it is, and it's going to be an introductory class. Then we're going to talk about runes and other divination methods. Here, I'm going to bring Lisette in. She's got a lot of magical information that's going to help you with. Month 11, past life readings. We're going to talk to you about how to do your own Akashic records so that you can do it for yourself, not for others, but for yourself. And then we're going to talk about past life regressions, what it is, what are the different pieces of a past life regression. You won't learn how to do a past life regression with this class, but you'll know what it is, you'll get an idea, and you'll be able to one of you is going to get a past life regression from me live. On month 12, we're going to learn about how to release anything that doesn't serve us. And what is it that our gifts are? What are our psychic gifts? What makes us light workers? Are we starseeds? Are we light workers? Are we both? And I'm going to do some of the shadow work. Somebody's going to get an inner child work in class. And it's really, really powerful. It helps a person to go back into this life's childhood with all the traumas and move through it so that it can liberate themselves from that trauma. And I'm going to teach you how to do that for other people. And in month 13 is the conclusion. We're going to talk 6 goddesses that are important in everyday life we're going to bring Lisette in. She's going, and maybe some of the priestesses from her program, and talk about these goddesses. And then we're going to graduate you, get you certified. Any questions so far? You can unmute yourself if you do have a question. Included in the Enchanters Program is the Reiki Level 1 Practitioner Certification. We're going to do inner child work for everybody. Somebody's going to be a volunteer to do it alone, and everybody's going to have it done, like in a group setting if you want to. We're also going to have journal prompts every week in our exclusive support group, where you would be able to journal regarding abundance. And it's not just journaling. There's activities, there's exercises, there's fun stuff, everything that has to do with bringing abundance to your life. And that's part of the Enchanters Program, should you want it. Bonus gift, once you register, whether you register today or when you register, is that you can choose either to have a free intuitive palm reading or a free 3-card past life oracle reading by me. And at any given time, you can also get a past life regression session valued at $220 for only $44 while you're doing the class. If you choose to not do it because you've already had it done with me, you can transfer it to someone else as a gift. And these gifts are rewarded between the 5th and 10th month. We're planning to start the Enchanters Program on April 7th. And we're going to be doing it every other Wednesday, the 1st and the 3rd Wednesday of every month. We're meeting twice a month from 7 to 9:30 p.m. Some classes are going to take you to 10 p.m., just letting you know. And it's all going to be done through Zoom. We're going to need 3 or 4 journals for my class. You're going to need a dream journal, a book of light work, class notes, which I'm going to provide you with a PDF. Every PowerPoint has a PDF, and I provide you with it the day of so that you can print it, have time to print it and write on it. And I recommend an abundance journal for the weekly prompts because that's huge. That in itself, just doing the abundance journals every week is really powerful and it's a big value. There's going to be times that you're going to want to have other things in class, but none of it is necessary, just if you wanted to. Any questions on the Enchanters Program for me?
Is it a prerequisite to the Priestess Program?
No, you can have either or. Good question.
Thank you.
I'm
I'm gonna add a little bonus here. At some point in the future, probably a year into the academy, we're gonna also be doing a red tent coven. This is gonna be Claudia and I, but the only way that you can do this red tent coven and really go into blood mysteries or goddesses with Claudia and I and so much more, really practice being a priestess and creating your own coven and so much more, is by having a prerequisite of either the Priestess Program or the Enchanters Program, okay, or both, because you will have that opportunity as well. So I just want to let you girls know that if you want to work one-on-one or in a little group setting with Claudia and I, this is going to be a prerequisite.
And Marlu, there is a question here from Danielle. What if I have to work late Wednesdays? Will it be recorded?
Yes, it will be recorded. And you have access to me all the time. So if you can't make a class and you want me to help you understand something, we would schedule a call, and it's included.
Regina
Yeah.
has her hand up. And I also want to say that your mom, your thing has like some feedback when someone's talking. So if someone's talking, if you can mute yourself and then unmute yourself when you're done for the future, that would be amazing. Or if you have headphones while the set's doing her thing, just to let you know, checking things. Regina?
Hi, ladies. Thank you. Quick question about, I feel like I started something in the beginning when we first launched, well, when the program first started, I went into the back end and I started kind of the modules. And so I'm just wondering, is that what this is? It's just, this is now evolved and it's amazing. And I'm just wondering if we started it already.
No.
Does that change anything?
So what you're talking about is the Maidens Journey, which is a free course that we were putting out there. And it's one of the 4 female archetypes that at some point we will finish. We're actually going to be adding the Maidens Journey into the Red Tent Goddess Academy, as well as the other ones in the future. And we created a basis, like a mini version of the Maidens Journey called Red Tent Goddess Initiation, which is out for the members in general. So I hope that clears things up. Oh, we can talk about that later.
And just to answer your question, this material is completely different than the material from that you did the Maidens Journey at the beginning. This is all new material.
Thank you.
Lisette?
Yeah, so we're going to go through the Priestesses Program, and then after that, there will be a slide where we're going to show the investment for the programs. Thank you.
Is Lisette here?
I am so sorry. I was muted by mistake. Sorry about that. Can everybody hear me and see me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Sorry about that. Okay. So who is the Priestess Program for? Well, the Priestess Program is for people who are soul-driven, people that are nurturers, people that want to be leaders in your community, spiritual leaders, people that are awakened and want to reach out to other people, okay? Spiritual coaches that want to work with women, anyone who wants to receive a priestess certification, and anyone that wants to be in touch with their inner divinity, their inner goddess. This program is designed to teach you everything that I can possibly teach you about being a priestess, about connecting to the goddess and doing rituals to the goddess, connecting to your inner feminine, connecting to other women that can need your services as a priestess. I will be teaching you skills as a priestess. You'll be learning magic, magic that is used from a goddess perspective. So you'll be learning all kinds of wonderful things like kitchen witchery, cottage witchery. You will be learning spell work. You will be learning how to cast circles. You will be learning also how to do rituals for initiations, for croning ceremonies. Marlu, if you want to go to the next slide. Thank you. So who you will be after this priestess program. So covered a little bit about that, but you will be a priestess with your own connection to your matron goddess. So we will do a lot of meditations and journeys to connect to the goddess and find out if there's a goddess calling to you, a goddess that will be your matron goddess, a goddess that will be part of your priestessing journey and who you will connect to in the end. You will also do banishing and blessings. So I will teach you how to do banishings and blessings for people virtually or in person. And you will be representing the goddess. You will also be, as I explained before, an officiant. We use Universal Life Church so that you can then do rites of passage, such as hand fasting, death ceremonies, cronings, mothering, pregnancies, pregnancy ceremonies. I mean, it's endless what you can do as a priestess. And most importantly, you will learn a lot of self-care and a lot of connecting to your inner priestess, your inner goddess as well. You can go to the next slide for me. Okay, so how I'm doing this priestess outline is going to be, you're going to be learning different pantheons. So the first class that we're going to have is going to be an introduction to priestessing. Okay, and we're going to talk about the structure of what is being a priestess, what are some of the rituals you'll be learning. I'll talk about priestessing in general. It's 2 classes a month, so we'll always have one class where we will focus on a pantheon or a grouping of gods and goddesses and their history and their culture. You'll be learning about each one. And I will go as in-depth as I can so that you will learn how to connect to these different goddesses. Okay, so as you can see, the first one is going to be goddesses of the Greek pantheon. So we're going to learn about Artemis, we're going to learn about Athena, we're going to learn about Hera, and all the different goddesses that are part of the Greek pantheon. Okay, so you're going to learn about them, their stories, their myths, their rituals, how priestesses of these different goddesses, how they worked with them, how to connect to them. And we're going to have a journey where you get a chance to interact with these goddesses. Okay, and therefore the point is for you to learn as much as possible and then hopefully discover your matron goddess if there is one particular goddess calling to you, and learn how to go deeper into a relationship with this goddess. So the first class, the first month is goddess of the Greek pantheon, the Roman, we're going to learn the Celtic, the Norse, the African pantheon. Here we're going to talk about Orishas. Okay, we're going to talk about what are Orishas and a little bit of how to work with Orishas. Okay, the Hindu pantheon, we're going to cover the Egyptian and the goddesses of the Gnostic and Hebrew. So here we're going to talk about Mary Magdalene, Sophia, the Shekinah. We're going to learn about the connection of all of these goddesses, Ashra, which is in the Old Testament. And we're going to cover how the Gnostics see the goddess and the connection of the divine feminine from the Gnostic and the Hebrew point of view. The next month, we're going to talk about the Russian Slavic pantheon. And here we talk about Baba Yaga, to give you an example, and so many more. Goddesses of the Far East. Here we cover Kuan Yin, Benzai Ten, Amaterasu from Japan, and so many more. Goddesses of the ancient world. Here we're going to talk about Ereshkigal, Inanna, Ishtar, Astarte, and so many other Babylonian, Mesopotamian goddesses, Ariadne. You're going to learn about all of them. Native American, here we're going to cover Grandmother Spider Woman. We're going to cover Buffalo Calf Woman, and many more, Ixchel. So these are going to be the Native American, and then finally the conclusion and graduation. And here is where you take your final vows as a priestess. Okay, and we conclude the program. It's 2 classes a month. It's going to be the first Saturday and the third Saturday of the month. Okay. Included in the Priestess Program is you're going to find out what goddess wants to work with you. Once again, perform rituals to specific goddesses. We're going to learn herbs for healing, connecting to goddesses, how to manifest, different spell work, witchery to connect to elementals and spirit guides. You're going to have a very inclusive support group and access to my email. So I am always available. If you have any questions, you can connect to me. We'll also have a support group so that not only do you learn these things, but you get to actually practice, you get to connect to the other priestesses in your group, okay, and myself. So all of this is included in the program. Another thing that you're going to have an opportunity to do is, once you enter the Priestessing program, when we are a little further into the program, you will have opportunities to participate in the red tent circles. So you're going to have chances to do some work in the full moon, in the new moon. So we were talking earlier, we kind of called it your priestess, what do you call it?
Internship.
Internship, thank you. The word wasn't coming to me. Your priestess internship, where you get an opportunity to put into practice the skills that you're learning as a priestess. So that's another bonus to this program as well. So what are also some of the bonus gifts? Upon entering the program, you will, I'm sorry. Wait, I can't see the PowerPoint. Oh, there it is. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry, ladies. Upon registering, you will receive an oracle card reading of wisdom from the goddess who wishes to work with you on your personal development. So that's going to be your first introduction to a guiding goddess through the program. And then you will also receive a 45-minute Akashic reading. Okay, I will be doing this reading after approximately between the first 3 months of the program. And this is just to help clarify what kind of priestess you're suited to be, what kind of questions you may have as a priestess, any past life information that you want to receive regarding priestessing. So I will help you with that, with a 45-minute Akashic reading. So these are 2 bonus gifts that you get from entering the program. Now, the second and fourth Saturday of every month. So it's the second and fourth Saturday of every month is when I got confused with Marlou's, I'm sorry. So mine says the second and fourth Saturday of the month. We will be doing it at 10 a.m. So it's 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard, except the first class will take place from 4 to 7. It's only the first class. The location is going to be via Zoom. Lessons will all be recorded. You will need a journal, a writing utensil, candles of different colors and matches. I'll let you know when you need them. Items to put together an altar, and a beautiful goddess box to store your materials. Okay, so I'll explain all of that in detail in the first class. And just like Marlou, you will also want to do, to get a journal to write down your information, and we call it a Lightworkers Journal. So it's similar to a grimoire, except it's little bit more focused on like goddess material. Okay. And Marlu, take it away.
Thank you, Lisette. Does anybody have any questions for Lisette before I go forward?
I do. So
Okay.
I wanted to ask a question for both of you on what would you say is the big difference between the Enchanters Program and the Priestess Program? Why are they different? How are they different? So on and so forth.
Sure. May I go?
Of course.
My program, the Enchanters Program, is about getting to know yourself and having soaring your intuition, getting you close to spirit, like not necessarily a goddess, but to spirit, to angels, to your own intuition. And it's self-love. It's all about self-love, self-care. We're going to learn meditation, mindfulness, journaling, all kinds of practices that you're going to get to put together into your daily life. And I'll help you to create a daily routine that will get you to become closer to spirit. Also, we learn divination so that you can leave the class knowing that you can use oracle cards and tarot and use the pendulum, do other things that we teach you in class that you can use to also create money for yourself, but to help the world. And the important thing is here to bring into your life the love, bring love over fear. So anything that happens in your life and the life of others that you know how to bring it in from the fear aspect or the anger aspect, and bring it into the love. So that's what I do. And then Lisette is Priestess Program. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. So basically, the difference between the Priestess Program and the Enchantress from coming from the Priestess side is you're going to be learning basically how to be a priestess. So this is going to be a little bit more deep, a program a little deeper into what is connecting to specific goddesses, connecting to learning how to cast circles, how to do ceremonies, how to do rituals. You're going to be learning about magic as it pertains to goddesses. So if you are deeply into goddesses and the divine feminine, and you feel that calling that you want to go deeper into being, connecting to your inner goddess and connecting to goddess themselves, this program is great for you. So it's a program to be able to actually embody what it's like to be a priestess, to do moon circles, to do ceremonies, to do rituals, any kind of life ceremony, banishing and blessing houses, people that want to connect to you and get information about how to connect to their inner goddess, how to connect to goddesses in general. This is where this program is going to be focused on. You will also learn divination as well, but it's going to be more divination about for yourself, to get answers for yourself and to be able to connect to the goddess through divination. So I'm going to be teaching you different techniques on how to do that. So that's basically what this program is about. And I'm dividing it into pantheons so that you can really learn deeply about the goddesses of these different pantheons and get like a full, well-rounded education on goddesses in general. And that way, you know which pantheon you feel more of a connection to, which goddess calls to you, but you'll have a broad knowledge of all of them as much as possible. And basically, I just want to add the way that I'm designing the classes is one class out of the month is going to be dedicated to learning about the goddess, right? So let's say we're covering the Greek goddesses. We're going to go deep into the Greek pantheon. What are the different goddesses of the Greeks? Going deep into their stories, their history. We'll do a journey to connect to them. And then the following day of the month, the following time that we get together, you're going to be learning skills, priestessing skills, tools, skills. We're going to be learning different ceremonies, rituals, like herbs that are connected to the different goddesses of that pantheon. So it's like we take that pantheon and we go deeper. You'll also do journeys to connect to the different goddesses, meditations. You'll learn about how to put together a circle, how to, how to connect to the lunar phases. So all of that, if that helps. Yeah.
Did that answer your question?
Does anybody have any more questions, or do I need to go a little, did I clarify it sufficiently?
Yes, you did absolutely amazing. Thank you. And Jessica wrote everything down in the chat for anybody that may have gotten lost or you had to use the bathroom. She wrote
Awesome.
everything down. Love you, Jessica.
Awesome. Girls, if I'm going too fast when I talk, let me know. I will slow down, I promise. I know I get to talk a little fast. Sorry. Go ahead.
So now we're going to give you samples of what the programs can be like. And so for me, for my sample, I need you to have a paper and pen ready. I'm going to give you an activity or several activities that are, they're all about the self-love unit, which is the 4th month of the Enchanters Program. And what I did is I brought out something that would probably take 4 or 5 hours and made it into like a 30-minute powerful activity. So get ready. We're going to talk about your authentic self. We're going to create an affirmation with that, and then we're going to do a self-forgiveness exercise. So give me a thumbs up if you are ready, or let me know if you need more time. Everybody's good? Okay. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is you're going to list 100 things that make you you. So on that piece of paper, write down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, up to as many as you can. You don't have to stop at 100, but 100 is great. And I'm going to give you some time to write down what makes you you. And I'm going to ask you questions as you're writing. You don't have to answer these questions. They're just here to help you, to guide you so that you can create a list of everything that makes you you. Think about your values. What is important to you? Is it your family? Is it the career? Is it all of it? Just write everything that makes you unique. What are your principles? What are your beliefs? Everything that makes you who you are. Everything is going to go down on this paper. And as you're writing, I'm going to start giving you questions. You don't have to look up at the slide. I'm going to just give you these questions to help you. What actions do you take that bring a smile to your face? So those are hobbies, things that make you smile. What do you love about you? What do you love about you? What makes you you that you love so much? Write down the qualities that you have that are outstanding. What are your outstanding qualities? Describe yourself. Write how you choose your friends. What qualities do you see in them that you see in you? That could help you to figure out a little more about you. What you see in your friends that you see in you also. What places do you prefer to travel to and why? Why are those places calling to you? I want you to think about the song that lifts your spirit no matter what mood you're in and why that is. And think about the song that makes you dance like a crazy person and why? Why does that song make you feel like dancing? And think about a word that makes you laugh or a joke that makes you laugh. Why? Why does it make you laugh? That may be a characteristic of you. Or pretend that you have a dear aunt that loves you very much and that she writes you a letter about everything she loves about you and how proud she is of you. What does the letter point out? She loves you. She's proud of you. What is she writing about you? What would she say in that letter? And if you were going to introduce yourself to a stranger, you have someone next to you that's exactly like you, and you were to introduce that person as you to a stranger, what would you say to them so they will get to know you better? So they know who you are. How would you introduce you to a stranger? What do you value the most? Do you value family the most, business, entertainment, relationships, health, wealth, spirituality? What do you value? And think about your principles: honesty, integrity, serenity, equality. What are your principles? And what are the principles of someone you would want to have a relationship with? They're probably your own. What do you tolerate? What are your rules? How do your rules describe you? Your boundaries. And think about your favorite things. Your favorite color. Why? Why is it that color? Your favorite flower. What is it about that flower that makes you feel it's your favorite? Your favorite object, your favorite place, your favorite movie, your favorite book, your favorite school subject. And who's your favorite person? How do you get close to source or God or the universe, or spirit? How do you like to dress? So right now you have close to 100. Wherever you're at, you can stop. If you want a minute more, let me know. You're good? Okay, take it. Go slowing down. And let's go to the next slide. So once you've got all these qualities about you on paper, we're going to go on a little make-believe visualization, not even a visualization, we're just going to make believe that we're going on a journey. And this journey is to find new knowledge, self-knowledge, knowledge about you. In this journey, you're going to be crossing 3 bridges. At each bridge, there's going to be a nasty troll waiting for you. These trolls are self-improvement junkies. Tracy Troll waits for you upon crossing the first bridge. She demands you give her 30% of your qualities. Which will you let go of? So if you have 100 on your page, you have to cross 30 characteristics about you, 30 qualities that you're going to give Tracy. Tracy Troll wants them. If not, you're not going to pass. So now you have to cross 30% of everything you just wrote down. Makes you think which you will let go of. Okay, we're good? Yes? Have you been able to get rid of 30% of your qualities? Yes, Lord Jess says yes. Does anybody need more time? Okay, we're going to wait a little bit. Let me know. I know this is hard. You have to give them 30% of your qualities. We're good, Mama Deborah? 1 minute? Okay. Okay, and I am taking Mama Deborah's thumbs up as we're okay to go. So now we're going to cross another bridge, and Thomas the Troll is waiting for you to cross the second bridge. He demands that you give him another 30% of your qualities. So which will you let go of? Look at Rose. She's like, no.
Marlo Danielle had a question. She's
Sure.
like, can you put bad things down too?
Yeah, God things,
Bad things,
bad things.
like undesirable qualities.
Yeah, you could put, and you can let go of them when Thomas the Troll asks for 30% of your qualities. Let go of anything you want to let go of. So now you should be close to having only like 40% of what you originally wrote on your paper, because you've already given out 30% to Tracy the Troll and 30% to Thomas the Troll. So when you see that the paper's got only 40% of your characteristics, it's when you're ready to go to the next slide. Mama Deborah is good. Anybody else? Everybody's good. Melanie, you good? All right. Third slide. Yes. Now we have Trish the Troll, and she also demands 30% of your qualities. So now you've got to get rid of another 30%, leaving you with only 10%. Which ones do you want to let go of, and which ones do you want to keep? At the end, the paper should only have 10% of the original qualities that you wrote down on that paper. So if you wrote 100, only 10 will be on that paper. You really got to think about your values and your principles and who you are, what makes you unique, what you need, what you can give away, and what you must keep. What are you not willing to let go of? What are you willing to let go of? And when you're ready, look up so I know. I see you, Melanie. Mama Deborah's ready. This is a struggle for some. It's hard. Jessica's ready. Lorja's ready. Rose? Not yet? No. Hi, Carmen. Nice to see you. Hi, Julie. Did you get a chance to see what we were doing? You didn't get a chance to do the activity?
I had a call I had to take, but I've been listening.
Okay.
To get an idea. So I
Okay.
actually got business. So I had to be like, oh my God, I have to do this. But yeah, I have been listening and paying attention. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Anytime. Okay, so Rose is ready. So this is the end of your journey. You have 10% of your qualities left. What do you have left? Look at your paper and look at what really matters to you. What is the essence of what you must keep? And now we're going to reflect on it. Okay, you get your papers ready and write down the answer to this question. What do you value most about yourself? Your top 10%. Write it down in a paragraph, sentence. What is it you value most about yourself? What was left on paper is your top 10%. And what do you notice as you review the most valued qualities? Is there a pattern to it? Is there something that is more important to you than other things? What do you notice as you review it? What comes up for you? Consider the qualities you got rid of first. Of those first 30%, when Tracy the troll told you she needed 30% for you to pass through that bridge. Think about what percent of your time you spend on these qualities about you that you got rid of first. And what about the qualities you're left with? What amount of time do you spend on those? The ones that are in your top 10%. How much time do you spend making those be seen by others, strengthening them for yourself. So where do you spend your focus on in your life? Where do you spend your focus in your life? And why do you think that is? Now, this is not a judgmental question. It's not a critical question. It's up for you to recognize who you are. It's not about what makes you wrong or what makes you right. It's about who you really are and loving yourself and accepting yourself regardless. And I want you to write about what else have you learned about yourself with this activity. Reflect on that. So now look at those first 10%, the 10% of the qualities that are left. This is who you are. Those are the values that you really feel that you embody. So I'd like you to write an affirmation of who you are. And you can use 1 to 3 of those values and write I am in front of it. And when you have written I am, A, B, and C, or A or B, I want you to look at that affirmation and add feeling to your affirmation. How do you add feeling to it? You embody that. You change your facial expression so that you really feel it. And that is what makes an affirmation valid, strong, and powerful for you. And this is your specific affirmation that you created for you. So that when that inner critic starts talking to you and telling you that you can't do things, that you're not worthy, you remember who you are. So I want you to add feeling to it so that you won't forget it. Whatever it is you wrote on that paper, those 1, 2, or 3 qualities that are most important to you, add feeling. How you feel your affirmation by adding positive emotion to it. For example, if you say, I am bliss, you add positive emotions to this affirmation by lightening up and radiating blissful happiness, using the muscles of your face. Basically, make the muscles of your face become a big and large smile. Express thanks, gratitude, happiness, or any other positive emotion. Affirmations get their energy by producing feelings. It is this energy which extends outward to create change. Your results will match the feeling you get when saying your affirmations. I'm going to say it again. Your results in anything you do in life will match the feeling you get when saying your affirmations. So if you're not saying an affirmation and you have that inner critic talking in your ear, telling you that you can't do it, that's going to be relevant to your own results. So now that you know who you are and you have your affirmation, I am, say it to yourself, say it out loud, but read it 3 times to yourself. I am, bang, bang, bang. I am. This is who I am. You have your very own affirmation. And you need to learn it for your next activity. Are you ready? Are you ready? Yes? You ready for your next activity? Awesome. We're going to get rid of some baggage, girls. Here we go. We're going to talk about self-forgiveness. So I'm going to have a volunteer read this slide for me. Unmute yourself.
Harboring ill feelings of self can make a person ill. It is not to our best interest to remain harboring self-sacrificing thoughts. We made those choices at that time because it is the only thing we could do with the experience we had at that time. We only feel bad about it in retrospect because we can now see better choices that could have been done under that particular situation. But if we went back in time now, erasing the experiences we have had since, we would repeat the same actions because it was what we knew. We could not know what we did not know.
Thank you. Do you know that when you live with these negative emotions, they get projected onto the people you love through your words, through conversations, through your behaviors? So really, by holding on to these emotions, you're unintentionally hurting the ones you love as well. So why create more pain and suffering? Why not heal and spread more love? In case you need to hear it from someone else, you deserve forgiveness no matter what you have done. So this is a question that I get. People ask me, if I forgive myself, doesn't that mean that I'm okay with what I did? The answer that I give is no. By forgiving yourself, you are not agreeing with your past behavior, and you're not forgetting it either. By forgiving yourself, you're simply letting go of the associated negative emotion and belief and moving forward more lovingly. So if you're thinking about a specific part of your life, something, an event that you've done in your past, that you still feel like you could have done better, or that you hurt somebody or you hurt yourself by doing that, that's what we're talking about right now. It doesn't mean that just because you forgive yourself that you're going to allow yourself to continue to engage in that behavior. It means that you forgive yourself for being human and for having weaknesses and flaws. But instead of moving forward from a place of self-hatred, you're moving forward from a place of self-acceptance and love. This is what is going to help you align with your highest good. And yes, you do deserve the highest good, each and every one of you. It is something Miguel Angel Ruiz wrote. It says, forgive yourself. The supreme act of forgiveness is when you can forgive yourself for all the wounds you've created in your own life. Forgiveness is an act of self-love. When you forgive yourself, self-acceptance begins and self-love grows. So this is the activity. You are going to, we're going to prepare for the visualization we're going to do. And you're going to write down something you've done that you feel bad about. You're going to write down who you did it to, whether it's to yourself or to someone else. And you're going to write down a limiting belief that you made up about yourself because of that event. Because we all get those limiting beliefs that we create on ourselves, that we did this and therefore I am this. I did that to that person, therefore I am this. It's that belief that you're a bad person, a bad mom, an undeserving person undeserving of happiness. Is that you're unworthy of good things? They're not true. And that no longer serves you. And in order to forgive yourself, you have to let go of the negative beliefs you've created about yourself due to this thing that you did. So write down what it was, who you did it to yourself or to someone else. Write down that name. And write down the limiting belief you made up about it. What is a limiting belief? For example, maybe Let's say somebody had an abortion and they've made up that they're bad mothers, or that they're cruel to others, or that they're, I don't know, whatever they want to create in their minds that they are. Let's say somebody, threw somebody out of a house, and now you feel like you're undeserving of love in your life because you didn't give love to that person. You didn't show compassion, so now you're not valuable, or you don't deserve compassion yourself. Like, people create these kind of beliefs of themselves all the time. And if you have one of those beliefs about you, now it's time to release it. So if you've written down something you've done, who you did it to, and what you created in your mind that you are because of that. Are you ready? If anybody is not ready, unmute yourself and tell me, because I'm ready to go. So there's going to be a visualization that you can open or close your eyes. This is called a conscious meditation. It's an exercise that can also be done looking at yourself in the mirror. When you get this recording and you want to do it again, I would recommend that you do it in the mirror. So you're going to have those 3 responses handy and your affirmation. So you're going to have who you did it to, what you did, what you called yourself because of it, and your affirmation, I am A, B, and C. Okay? You're going to have that in front of you. You're in a place where you feel safe. I want you to close your eyes. So I want you to feel safe right now. I want you to put your feet on the ground. I want you to put your back against the chair. I want you to relax your shoulders. If you can close your eyes. You don't have to. But we're going to work with our imagination. And we're not going to take a long time to get there. We're just going to imagine that around us is everybody else that is in this Zoom link. And we're in a circle, and there's a little fire. We're going to say there's a little fire in the middle instead of a burning fireplace made of bricks. We're going to put it right in the center. And there's a little fire going on there. And you feel like you're at peace. You feel safe. I want you to take in what you imagine is around there, what the plants look like. What are the adornments there? What are the colors that you're seeing? Are there any smells or anything that you're listening to that's in that place? And make it really vivid in your mind's eye. And imagine you're walking around there, no longer sitting, but walking around. You're looking at every little thing that's in this place that makes you feel at peace and feel safe. You're touching leaves, you're touching whatever's there, a stone, a furniture, a sister's hair. Maybe you take off your shoes, whatever makes you feel comfortable. And now you're going to say after me, what I did was wrong and unkind. But it doesn't make me a bad person. And here I want you to fill in that limiting belief that you created for yourself. What I did was wrong and unkind, but it doesn't make me a bad person, or whatever limiting belief I've created in my mind. I am truly sorry for the pain I caused by doing whatever it is that you did, and to whom it was. I am truly sorry for the pain I caused. And I have reflected on my actions and learned from that experience. The belief that because of what I have done, I am whatever it is you think in your mind is not true. And it no longer serves me. And you're going to say it out loud and grab it with your hands like if it had a life of its own, and you're going to toss it in the fire. Grab it and throw it in the fire and see how it lights up and is no longer true. It doesn't serve you, it's not part of you. It is going up in flames. It doesn't belong in your life. Repeat after me. I know that today I am a good person. I am, insert your affirmation. I am A, B, and C. I am whatever it was you said that you know you are. I am someone who is loving. I am someone who is caring. I am someone who is kind. I am someone who is helpful. I am someone who is compassionate. And I do my best each day to bring joy into people's lives. I am, put your affirmation there. I am. While my actions were wrong, who I am as a person is not defined by those wrongdoings. I am. I am a good person. I forgive myself for what I did. And I love and accept myself unconditionally. And I feel at peace, and I feel safe, and I feel free. I feel liberated. And I feel the place around me that is peaceful. I feel the place around me that where I'm safe. And I see those colors, and I smell it, and I hear it. And when you're ready, come back. So it's now time to physically, emotionally, and energetically forgive yourself. It's time to let go and heal from the guilt and shame and watch the limiting beliefs go up in flame. Say it out loud, I forgive myself. And then write it. Say, write, I forgive myself. Sign it and date it. Today is March 16, 2021. And if you want to go up further, you can send me a recording of your own voice saying, I forgive myself. I am a good person. I love and accept myself. And add anything else you want to add that is positive and healing. Don't tell a story. Don't tell me how or why. It's just a statement of forgiveness of self. And send it to me, or keep it for yourself. And now it's time for questions and answers, for sharing. I'm going to open it up. If we want to say anything of how you felt with this activity, or if anything came up for you that you want to talk about. Good. Did you feel the release? Any questions?
Very powerful.
Yes, Jessica.
I just wanted to share a little bit. So I have been beating myself up recently for a decision that I made that at the time I felt that it was the only one to make, kind of like when you were leading, you know, what you were sharing was that at the time we thought it was the right choice. And then looking back, it's 20, you know, my eyesight is 20/20 and I'm going, oh my God. And so this is perfect timing because it's one of the biggest mistakes I feel I've made in my life. And I've really been challenged to forgive myself. And I've been going through this forgiveness journey of like, there's just more and more that comes up around it. I think because it challenges the core essence of who I see myself to be. And I think that it's really powerful to connect with the intention as a human being that I have and the who I know myself to be. And then to allow myself to release. It's kind of like when you hear people say like, oh, you're human, humans make mistakes. Like, yeah, but I don't. There's this inclination to say, yeah, but not me. Like, you know, and so there really is this like softening that's needed. And, you know, instead of the whip, like the hug, right? And these are all these feminine practices that are so necessary. And if I'm not consciously present to myself, I will allow myself to go there, to the other side of the beat up. And so it really is so elemental to being human, to be on this journey of forgiveness and of love and compassion, all of these feminine traits that we can give ourselves. So thank you for leading that journey. It was perfect for me.
I'm so glad it helped you, Jessica. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And with that, you got an idea of how I work, what my classes look like, how I lead the lessons, and what it's about. The first part of the Enchantress is like this. The second part of the Enchantress is divination. We work hands-on with cards, with tarot, with past life readings, with palmistry, with other things we learn how to do Akashic records, and all of that is in the last 6 months. You get the idea of what we're doing. And now we're going to get a sample of the Priestess Program by Lisette. I'm going to mute myself and it's all yours, baby.
Thank you.
Side note, it's 8:20 p.m. So we got 40 minutes. So I don't know if you can wrap this up in 20 minutes or so that we can do the ending too, okay?
Yeah. No problem. Mine's is not too long. Cool. Okay, so I wanted to give you a little sample of my program. So what is goddess spirituality? It's a movement in the field of spirituality where women have the concept of God as female and the concept of the divine feminine. Many cultures around the world and in time periods have believed just like humans are male and female. Okay, so is there a divine feminine and a divine masculine? If you can go to the next slide. Okay, so I'm going to cover 3 goddesses today, which is goddess Lakshmi, which is the first goddess that you see on the left. In the middle, we have goddess Bridget, and here is a representation of goddess Venus and Aphrodite, same goddess, in Venus to the Romans, Aphrodite to the Greeks. Okay, now goddess Lakshmi, talk a little bit about her. Goddess Lakshmi, she's a Hindu goddess of prosperity and beauty and love. Some of the stories include that she came from a pink lotus that rose from the sea. The moment she was born at a very auspicious moment. She was filled with jewels and worshipped by the gods around her. Her husband and consort is Lord Vishnu, and her cohort is Ganesh, Lord Ganesh. She is also pictured a lot with Ganesh next to her on altars. She is often pictured with big, beautiful, dark eyes. And most shopkeepers in India keep an image of her because it says it brings some good luck. She also has multiple arms. She has 4 arms, okay? 2 arms that hold lotuses, and the other 2 arms are out for abundance. Ceremonies and rituals to her, it's customary to ask Ganesh to remove obstacles that keeps you from receiving prosperity, and then ask Lakshmi to bring in the abundance and prosperity to you. Okay, you can go to the next slide for me. Okay, offerings that you give to Lakshmi are yogurt, honey, and milk are some examples. And you can also consume the above foods after you have given them to her, and is considered a way of pleasing the goddess and is considered auspicious. Other ways to honor Lakshmi, to ask for her help, is to get ask for a puja, which is a type of Hindu worship service that is done in her honor. And this is if you desire to have abundance and prosperity, or something that you need her help with. Best times to do this for Lakshmi in a Hindu temple, or you could also do it at home. It's in the month of October, which is the holiday of Diwali, okay, which is the new moon in November. Okay, so usually it's either you could do it in October or in November. It depends what part of India, and different times. But this is just an example of something that you can do for Lakshmi. You can go to the next slide for me. Okay, Goddess Bridget. She is the Celtic goddess of music, poetry, jewelry making, smithing. She is also the goddess of healing, of the home and the hearth. Okay, she's a solar goddess. She's goddess connected to the sun. We have lunar goddesses and we have solar goddesses. She is considered a mother goddess. And she is the goddess that the Celtic Druids was most connected to. Okay, she is a very important and central goddess of England, Scotland, Wales, okay, and especially Ireland, and she's been around since the Paleolithic times. Faith in the goddess Bridget was so strong that the Catholic Church was not able to get rid of goddess Bridget, so they adopted her as a saint, okay, and there is, to this day, there is a monastery of nuns, a convent of nuns, convent of nuns in Ireland, in Kildare, which to this day light candles to her, okay, and keep a what we call flame keeping, which is something that I'll talk about in the program more deeply when we get to the Celtic goddesses, but it is an eternal flame that is always lit for the goddess Bridget. Here I talk a little bit about the practice of flame keeping, which is something we do in her honor. I am a flame keeper myself. I light a candle for her, a 24-hour candle that I light every 19 days. Custom says that on the 20th day, Goddess Bridget lights her own candle, her own fire, okay? This beautiful practice was done thousands of years ago during Celtic times, and then it disappeared once Ireland became Christian, and then it was relit again by the convent in Kildare, and this practice continued afterwards until the late 1500s, when monasteries were closed. Then in 1993, the Sacred Flame of Kildare was relit again by a goddess group, okay, that you can still find connections to that group online virtually. They even have a Facebook page, and they continue to this day the practice. And so if you're ever interested in becoming a flame keeper for Bridget, there are tons of groups online that will connect you, and they will send you a candle directly from Kildare, which is really cool. So you get to light your candle from the flame of Kildare. I know we're a little short on time, but I talk a little bit here about Bridget, what she does to spark the creativity and the passion in you. She's also the goddess of writers. If you like to write, if you like to do creative projects, Bridget is your goddess. She lights passion in you. She's good to call on for healing. She's also a goddess that helps with childbirth. So if you are pregnant, if you have a pregnant relative, it is good to dedicate your pregnancy to Bridget. Bridget is who will help you have an easy childbirth as much as possible, with as much healing as possible. There's a lot of legends with Bridget. They say that Bridget as a saint was connected to the Virgin Mary. So this is one of those legends from medieval times I wanted to mention. She's also associated to wells and the ocean. Okay, she is the goddess of wells. So in Kildare, there are wells that are sacred to her. People come from all over the world and they dip their clothes in the well in order to receive her blessing. One of the most important holidays is Imbolc. Okay, and Imbolc is her holiday, which is celebrated on February 1st and 2nd. And that is the day that it is said that spring is the first stirrings of spring. Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about Venus, Aphrodite. She's the goddess of love and beauty, according to the Romans and the Greeks. And in Greek, she's Aphrodite. To the Romans, she's Venus. She is considered a goddess also of pleasure, love, poetry, sex, music, femininity, and passion. She's a goddess to turn to for self-love and self-care. There's a lot of beautiful stories written about Venus and people that have asked Venus for help to find their soulmate, to connect to love. She's a significant goddess astrologically because she is connected to the planet Venus. So in your birth chart, if you know a little bit about astrology, you know that Venus is very prominent in everyone's birth chart. Okay. And Friday is the day to connect to Venus, and it's a great day to engage in any kind of ritual. Friday is also, by the way, a good day to engage in rituals to Lakshmi. They both share that day since they are both goddesses of love and beauty. There are very few goddesses that have inspired as many amazing works as Venus. One of the most famous paintings in the world is The Birth of Venus by Sandro Botticelli, and it's considered a priceless painting. It shows the deep love and reverence that a culture can have for a goddess. In that note, I am going to show you, this is a ritual that I like to do in the full moon and in the new moon. This is to connect to the goddess Venus, and it's a self-love ritual. It's very simple. I'm going to do it with you. As you can see, there's a chart there showing you the different chakras. This is just to make it a little easier to go through the blessing. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be blessing ourselves in connecting to Venus. Okay, and we're going to use the chakras. So I'd like you to go ahead and put your hand over your head. And here we go. Blessed be my mind, that I may always think of you. Touch your crown chakra, and I'd like you to visualize violet as you say this in your mind. Visualize violet. I'd like you now to touch your third eye and visualize the color indigo. Blessed be my eyes, that I may see you and your ways. Now I'd like you to touch your throat. And I want you to visualize the sky blue color. And I'd like you to say to yourself, blessed be my voice, that I may always speak and sing of you. Now I'd like you to touch your heart and visualize a beautiful green color around your heart chakra. And I want you to say, blessed be my heart, that I may love myself and others as I love you. Then I'd like you to put your hands over your solar plexus. Visualize yellow. And I'd like you to say, blessed be my center, that I may be grounded and open on your earth. Then I'd like you to touch your lower abdomen. Okay, and visualize orange. This is your sacral chakra. Blessed be my womb, my creative energy, the cauldron of birth and rebirth. Then I'd like you to touch your yoni and visualize it red. Blessed be my yoni, gateway of life and pleasure. I'd like you to hold your hands, touch your hands, and say, blessed be my hands, that I may do your work. I'd like you to touch your feet or your legs, and I want you to say, blessed be my legs and feet, that I may always walk and dance upon your path. And now I want you to say, I am goddess. I am goddess. Blessed be. So this is a self-blessing ritual that was done by priestesses of Venus in the full and new moon. So these are just a sample of some of the many rituals that I will show you in the program. And now we're going to do a short visualization where you will get an opportunity to connect to one of these three goddesses. Okay, so I want to point out that one of these three goddesses is going to step forward to give you either a gift or a message. If you see a beautiful woman dressed in red, that'll be the goddess Lakshmi. If you see a beautiful woman dressed in green, that'll be the goddess Bridget. And if you see a beautiful woman dressed in blue or gold or both, that will be Venus or Aphrodite, which is the same goddess. Okay? So I'd like everybody to close your eyes. And today we're going to take a journey to a temple. And one of the things you're going to learn in the program is how to establish your astral temple. So today's astral temple is an astral temple that we're all going to share. This is our Red Tent Goddess Academy astral temple. So I want you to visualize what this temple looks like. It can be anything you want it to be. So is it going to be a Greek temple? Is it going to be a church? Or is it going to be a circle in the woods? So I'd like you to close your eyes, take a deep breath and relax and visualize this astral temple the way you would like to see it. And now that you are in front of this temple, I want you to walk in and you're going to notice that there's a huge, beautiful bonfire right in the center of the temple, right in a circle. And we're all standing around this beautiful fire. And I'd like you to walk around this temple and observe the walls of the temple. If there's walls, if it's outside, then I want you to notice the scenery, the trees, the flowers, whatever this temple looks like to you. I want you to get a good look because you're going to revisit this temple. If you enter this program, this will be your second home. This is where you will connect to your goddess. As you approach the center, you will notice that there is a figure coming towards you. This figure is a beautiful woman who may be wearing red. She may be wearing green, or she may be dressed in blue or gold, or blue and gold. This goddess has come to greet you and welcome you. And this goddess will be approaching you to give you a message or a gift. I'm going to give you a moment so that you can make that connection. As this goddess has approached you and has given you a message or a gift, you thank the goddess profusely because it is a blessing to have this encounter And know that this encounter can repeat itself as many times as you like. The goddess embraces you and welcomes you back to your astral temple whenever you feel a need to connect. She fades away. You look around once again at this temple. Know that you are always welcomed in this temple. I want you to look around at the sisters that are around you who have also received their encounter with their goddess. I'd like you to visualize yourself leaving the temple and coming back into your body when you feel ready. And when you feel ready, you can open your eyes. I hope you enjoyed. This is just a tiny, tiny taste of a short little journey just to have a quick encounter with one of our beautiful goddesses, of which you will learn so many of them. And now if there's any questions, anything anybody wants to know, anyone who wants to talk about, questions, or if anybody wants to share their experience, by all means. Sorry. I'm sorry, ladies, if it was a little short. I was trying to be trying to stay within time.
You did great.
Thank you. Oh, Lakshmi gave you a
Beautiful.
golden shawl. Beautiful.
Yeah. So Lakshmi came to me. I don't really work with her often, but when she does, she always gives me this grand gesture, this great gift. And she gave me a golden shawl. She also gave me a little golden ring so that I can see it on my finger whenever I forget my abundance, and a golden shawl to always be surrounded in her wings.
Oh, how beautiful. Wow. That was beautiful. She's so generous.
I had Venus come to me, and I had never had an encounter with her, so it was really cool.
Oh, nice. Goddess of love and beauty. Oh, and I see Deborah had an encounter with Bridget. She's my favorite girl. Love her. Oh, how beautiful, Jessica. That is beautiful. Wow. That is nice.
So Venus gave Jessica a life force energy in a swirling golden ball.
That's gorgeous.
Wow.
Wow.
Can you get that anytime? Abundance, right? Get
Right?
anytime.
That's amazing. That's gorgeous. Wow. Beautiful encounter. So here is other live courses coming up this year. This is just some examples. We're going to have a Reiki Healing Practitioner certification, levels 1 for 3 hours, Reiki Master level 2 for 2 hours. And then there's 21 days in between, okay, between each level. So Reiki 2, Reiki Master level, and Reiki 1, which is included. The other 2 are courses coming up. We also have a 12-week goddess training that's going to be coming up as well, and a Sacred Feminine Coach certification program, and many more. So those are still in the works, right, Jaslyn?
And we'll get there. And by the end of this year, as I mentioned earlier, we will also be launching the Red Tent Coven, but only the people that have gone through minimally one of the Enchanters programs or the Priestess program will be able to join the Red Tent Coven. And man, do Claudia and I have stuff planned out for you then. Alrighty. So for the independent courses, which we're playing with independent courses, studies, journeys, so help me out on which one you like better. So the independent courses are ones that you can do it yourself whenever you want. They're self-paced. You can get out of them and get into them unlimited amount of times. You can take hundreds of them, or you could take 2 of them or none of them. But this is in addition to a lot of the things that the Enchanters program is going to take you in. So for example, the palm reading, you can get certified in palm reading in a independent course. And we also have a holistic life coaching certification program that will be showing up soon, and so much more. I'm working on a menstrual cycle connection journey, so you can really start connecting with your menstrual cycle. And at some point I'll make a womb one. And at some point I'm going to do like little 7-day classes on different herbs so that you can play with lavender and do teas and decoctions and tinctures and all the things that you can do with lavender and burdock root and lemon balm and all these different kinds of herbs that you get to practice with one at a time. And I'll give you the best places to buy some. So we have a self-love journey we're working on. We of course, we have also the 4 female archetype journeys that we started with the Maiden Journey. We plan on continuing and working on throughout time. All of that is going to be a part of the Red Sun Goddess Academy as like extra bonuses and values. Okay, so to the price point, Mom, I noticed that this is the old PowerPoint. I don't know if it's updated. Or is it updated? Can you like flip it and see if it's there? And if not, then I will share my screen and share the updated. Okay, it's updated, that's fine. Okay, so here is what's happening. If you only want the unlimited studies, the independent studies that we were talking about, then that is $111 per month. Boom, done. That does not come with any of the live programs like the Enchanters Program and the Priestess Program that Mom and Lisette are doing. If you want one of them, if you want one program, you loved the Enchanters Program, but you're not ready for the Priestess Program and you're willing to wait 6 months to a year for that one. Or if you want the Priestess Program, but you can hold off on the Enchanters Program or whatever you feel like, then you can do one live program for $222 per month is for the non-members that are not in the Sisterhood. The ones that are in the Sisterhood that are paying our Red Sun Goddess Sisterhood and get the master classes in the circles, then it's $188. For those that are not a member, today only, you can get it for $188 as well. So I'm going to share that little button really quickly. Copy, paste. Yay. So it's a really long chat, but that's the URL. You're going to save this URL. It's only for the ones that came tonight. So I'm not sharing this in the replay video. It's not happening. It's only for the ones that showed up tonight that are not a member that can also get the $188 per month for the one live program. If you're like, I want to do both, please help me. Well, instead of you paying the $222 and another $222 for 2 live programs and the unlimited independent studies, we're going to make it $333. So that's for every single person that wants to do the Enchantress and the Priestess Program at the exact same time. It's going to be $333, or you can pay for the year and get an extra month off for $3,663. So technically the $333 is like a BOGO deal, honestly, because each class is $3,663. Mom's class alone, Lisette's class alone, if you don't decide to take either of these monthly programs, that's how much it is on average. So we're giving you deal after deal after deal after deal after deal. And we went as low as we possibly could with what we can offer and still honor ourselves at the same time. So if anybody, do we have another slide after this? Okay, so we have a disclaimer. We wish everyone to have a pleasant educational experience, and there is much content in these programs which will require additional hours of practice. So the Enchanters Program and the Priestess Program, as an example, are about 2.5 hours per class, and it's 2 classes per month. So we do ask that you take the time to understand, like, do I have 5 hours that I can give a month? Do I have 10 hours to give a month? Or is there something else that I'd like to give? Then you can do the unlimited independent studies and take advantage of that as well. Okay. Anything added to your plate which stresses you further is not serving you for your highest good. So we are here to support your growth, not add stress in your life. So please double check your schedule, check your budget, whatever you need to do. This isn't a place that I want you to come into with any kind of lack, whether it's time or money. Okay, so if anybody has any questions, this would be the moment. Is there another slide? Are we good? I think we're good. Yay. So questions, anybody? Everyone's feeling good? Anybody enjoy?
I want to ask, I think I know someone two other women that may be interested. Would you be having another introduction like this?
You know, we thought about it. So I would be interested in if we can get more women involved in one, then we can definitely sign one up because the classes officially start on 4/07 and 4/10.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely.
So how much time do we have to think about it? In order to get the good deal.
Well, the classes officially start on April 7 or April 10. So if you want to save that copy URL, I mean, I won't kill you, but I do need to know, like, hey, I plan on doing this, so I can save your name and I have to write down, like, you came today, right? So, hey, I came today, please write me down, we're good to go, so on and so forth. And then I'll save you. But yeah, so you would have to sign up before the class starts, that's for sure.
Okay.
Now, if anybody is like freaking out on me and is like, I really want to do this and like, I don't know how I'm going to pull this off, then definitely have a conversation with me. We're opening up 2 scholarship opportunities and I'm pretty sure one's taken already. Oops, wrong finger. And I'm pretty sure one's taken already. She's already messaged me. So just let me know and we'll try to do our best to work with you on what, if we do a partial scholarship, whatever you need to do. We're here, right? Remember that this is a sisterhood and we'll be here for you. And I know that we will honor you as long as you also honor us and we'll work with you. So just let me know. I guess I just want to make sure that because of my work schedule, I would rarely get to the classes live. I can still be a part. And do we ever meet live or only online? Okay, so Danielle, we have a live retreat planned for this year, hopefully. That's going to be in South Florida. And it's going to be open to the members of the Academy and the Sisterhood. So it's going to be a really nice little time. It's a temple where Claudia and her husband, Claudia is my co-founder partner, and they got married at this temple. Anybody remember the name? I always forget. I always mess up the name.
Kalinatha, right?
Kalinatha.
Ashram.
That's
I think.
what it's called.
Kashi Ashram. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Kashi.
I was like, I feel like I
Kashi
remember
Ashram.
that.
Sorry.
Kashi likes
Kashi
a
Ashram.
cereal. It helps you remember if you say Kashi likes a cereal.
Yes.
Kashi likes the cereal. Okay, thank you, Deborah.
Kashi likes the cereal.
What a weird sentence. Okay, so we are going to have a live retreat, and if you're part of the membership or the Academy, you will definitely be invited. And she's creating a red tent outside her temple. So it's going to be amazing, and it's going to be we're going to be like the first people to enter the red tent. And Shakti Durgaya is the one that is part of the temple, and she's part of the membership. So it's amazing to have her. Outside of that, your other question was, I would rarely get to the classes live. I can still be a part of it. Yes, 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 and yes. Everything is going to be recorded in the Priestess Program, in the Enchanters Program, and the unlimited independent studies are unlimited. So you can get out, come back, and do whatever you want. And a lot of them are self-paced. Some of them give you like a little, every day you got something, but if you skip it, I mean, no one's going to know, right? So you're okay. I do want to mention that there is no particular sisterhood. There's not going to be a WhatsApp group that we're going to create just for the Academy girls. What we are going to do though, is that if you're in the Enchanters Program or if you're in the Priestess Program or a specific long course, we are going to create groups on the Wix app that we have on our website for you to have and be able to talk to each other and like, hey, I'm on week 2. Who's on week 2 with me? Hey, oh my gosh. And you can go from there. But the goal is, since we have the 188, which is going to be for the members, the goal is for them to sign up in the membership and then have the 188 as well. And then they save $7. Okay. All right, so are we good? We're a little early, so I'll open it to if anyone has any shares of what you got or what kind of guidance come up to you, anything that you'd like to share. This is your moment, and I'll even stop the recording so that we are officially done. Love you girls that are watching the replays, and message me love@redtentgoddess.com if you have any questions.